Hi everyone, Bridget Sweeney Blakely from the School of Education at Drexel University. We're living in some unprecedented times right now. Education is primarily taking place in the home, which means a lot of this is the responsibility of parents. Now, this can feel overwhelming at times, but I have a strategy today that can be really effective if you use it with your child and in your home setting. I can tell you I've used it with students in the past, but I can also use it with my own son right now. Name of the strategy is naturalistic interventions. So instead of diving into this definition overall, I want you to know that it's basically just learning while you play. It's a great strategy to use at home because there's no extra materials needed. You just use what's available to you right there. We use this with all age levels. My son's a toddler, but we could use this all the way up to high school levels. It's primarily used with communication skills and with social skills. So any kind of skills you need to work on in those particular areas, this is a great tool to use. For my own son, we're trying to replace the sign more with the word more, and this is the strategy that I primarily use when we're working on it. So as I mentioned, it takes place in the home, it takes place with the materials you already have. So it's really just capitalizing on those moments that you're spending with your child now. It's much less structured than a typical lesson, so you don't have to set aside an hour of time. It's just taking advantage of the opportunities that are presenting themselves on a regular basis to you. We follow this simple structure where we basically let the child initiate and then we follow along. We play along, but make sure to take advantage of opportunities to practice. There's basically 7 steps to this process, but we're just going to focus on these because these are the most important in order to use this strategy overall. We start off by picking the skill. So as I mentioned, for me, I'm focusing on the word more. You might have an IEP goal that's part of your child's education plan. That might be something that you can focus on as well. But make sure that it's a manageable goal or a manageable skill. You'll notice I didn't say that I'm working on talking with my son. I'm working on the word more. I pick something that's manageable, that'll give us all the opportunity to experience success. And then we set up the environment. So basically, I set it up so that he's going to request more, or he's going to want more of whatever we're doing, whether it's food or the toys, or maybe want to take another turn. And that's how we're going to set up the environment to make sure that he's going to want to ask for more, and that's going to give us that opportunity to practice. That's when we start to play. And once we're playing, now we're meeting our children where they're at. So whatever toy he's playing with in that moment, I'm going to engage with him and give him that opportunity to ask me for more. And then we're going to keep playing, and it's going to keep going in this cycle the way that it looks here, just by meeting him where he's at. Let me show you what I mean. So perhaps we're playing Play-Doh, but I've only given him half of what's in the container. At that point, he's going to get frustrated. He's going to ask for more. I know that because that's the way he plays with the Play-Doh. So now I'm going to model for him. This is what I'd like you to say. Say more Play-Doh, right? So I set it up. We're playing. We're having fun, but I'm setting it up so that he's going to have to ask for more. If he says more Play-Doh, fantastic. We can give him that Play-Doh, or we can raise that bar a little bit higher. Say more green Play-Doh. That's a great opportunity for more success by just raising that bar and making that skill even more in depth. But we might not get that initial reaction from him. We might have to go backwards. So instead of saying more Play-Doh, if I can't get that from him, which I'm most likely not going to get from my son, then I can go backwards and just say more. Right? And if I need to even further, I can go backwards a little bit more and just say, So I'm going to set up that opportunity where he's going to have to ask for it, and we're going to build on that skill until we get to some level of success. This is a great skill to use when you're talking about choice making. Tell me what you want. Do you want apples or crackers? And if he can answer, that's fantastic. And we can raise that bar again. Want fish crackers, please. Let's model it for him so that he's aware of what I'm looking for. But we can even go backwards again. And if we can't get, do you want apples or crackers? I can model it for him. I want you to tell me, want crackers, okay? This is a strategy we're using, as I said, with my own son. One of the things that we'll do is we'll play a game, but we'll keep a piece missing so that he has to request that particular piece. So for instance, maybe we'll put out the T-ball with the wiffle bat. Now he has to request the ball. So I'm setting it up so that he has to initiate that communication with me. So if I just sit back and wait until he starts to ask for the ball, right? If I need to, I can always step in and I can raise that bar a little bit. What kind of ball? You know, give me a little bit more in order to get more opportunities to practice, or I can even go backwards and model it for him. So if he's not giving me any language and just frustrated, I can tell him what he needs to say in order to move forward. Say, baseball, please, or we can even go back further and just say, buh, 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 in order to get some opportunities for success. Now, this isn't a long-winded skill. It's not a long time to practice. These are tiny little opportunities that will present themselves, and every little bit helps. Every little time you have to spend practicing these skills is going to add up in the long run. As I mentioned, we always want to set manageable goals. So I'm not going to focus on all language. We're just going to focus on a specific word. And don't forget, part of this is play. So have fun. Take advantage of these opportunities to play and really integrating those practice skills along the way. And then don't forget to celebrate success. Whether you've managed to help your son or daughter reach the word, want baseball, please, or even if you just said ball, or even just buh, that's a great opportunity to celebrate those successes along the way. And don't forget to celebrate your own success, because you were able to do that. You were able to take that skill and practice it in your typical day. Great job. In the meantime, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay tuned for more tips from Drexel University.